Welcome to Council Action. My name is Elizabeth Couts. I'm the mayor of the city of Burnsville. Council Action is a summary of the council's meeting on Tuesday, February 16th, 2016. The meeting was called to order at 6:30 p.m. at 100 Civic Center Parkway, and the meeting was held in City Hall inside the council chambers. We begin our meetings with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we move on to our announcements. Our announcements have to do with all of our upcoming meetings. Council meetings are scheduled for Tuesday, March 8th at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, March 22nd at 6:30 p.m. We have a work session that's scheduled for Tuesday, March 15th at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, April 12th at 6:30 p.m. Then we move on to citizens' comments. And at citizens' comments, we had two people appear before the City Council. One was the new president of the Chamber of Commerce, Mrs. Jennifer Harmoning, and she came before us to introduce herself and also to the community. And we welcome Jennifer and look forward to working with her. And then we also had Mr. Andresic, who talked to us about what he believes to be an abandoned basketball hoop in a cul-de-sac. And so we addressed that issue, and staff is going to be talking with the residents around that cul-de-sac to see who owns it. And then we move on to additions to the final agenda, and there were no emergency items to be added to the agenda. And then we move on to the consent agenda. The first item on the consent agenda, we approved all of the minutes of our past meetings. We approved claims listing. And we approved the budget amendments for 2015 moving into 2016. And we approved a resolution providing for the issuance and sale of general obligation, tax abatement, crossover refunding bonds. This will save us a lot of money, and we approved that. We adopted 2016 ends and outcomes. This is the deliverables that we direct staff to accomplish for 2016. We then move on to approving the resolution for supporting the closure of the Freeway landfill. And we approved the contract for 2015 residential and business survey. And we do this every 4 years. We approved the resolution for the premise permit for the Burnsville Hockey Club for the purpose of lawful gambling pull tabs, and it's going to be at Burger Jones. And then we approved the resolution declaring the cost to be assessed, approving preparation of assessment rolls, and calling for the hearing on the proposed assessments for code enforcement charges. We approved the ice rental agreement with the Burnsville, Minnesota Valley Figure Skating Club for ice time. And we approved and authorized the agreement with Baser and PL Umpire Association for the 2016 summer and fall softball season. And we authorized and approved the purchase of police department handguns. We approved the resolution receiving report, calling for a public hearing, and ordering the plans and specifications for the 2016 street reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reclamation projects. And we approved and ordered the project and plans and specifications and approved the fiscal year 2016 Clean Water Fund Grant agreement with the Minnesota Board of Water and Soil Resources for the Keller Lake Stormwater Project. And we approved and accepted the quotes and authorized the purchase of a portable backup pumping system for the sanitary sewer system. And we approved and authorized 2016 treatment of the boulevard ash trees for emerald ash borer and 2016 removal of poor quality boulevard ash trees and ordered the advertisement for bids. And we approved the ordinance amending to Title VII, Chapter 7, Section 5 of to increase the amount of insurance coverage required for a mixed municipal solid waste hauler license. We approved the ordinance amending Title III, Business Regulation, to add Chapter 31 prohibiting short-term rental in residential zoning districts. And we approved the application for Semstone Product Company for a planned unit development amendment and floodplain conditional use permit to construct a fourth building at the concrete processing operation at 2300 Cliff Road West. We approved the plan unit development amendment and the conditional use permit and adopted the findings of fact and ordinance. And we approved the application for Costco Wholesale Corporation for a PUD amendment for a building addition to expand the liquor store located at 14050 Burnhaven Drive. We approved the plan unit development amendment and adopted the findings of fact and ordinance. And that was the end of the consent agenda. And we move on to the regular agenda. And the first item on the regular agenda was to adopt the ordinance granting utility franchise agreements and establishing franchise fees. And that item was approved. And item 6 was the Community Solar Garden Subscription Program. This is an item that was continued from February 9th work session. That item was presented and all the questions that were asked were answered, and we directed staff to move forward with the program. There were no other items to come before us, and the meeting was then adjourned. Council action replays at 6 a.m. and noon, 6 p.m. and midnight. City Council meetings replay at various times on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. And I encourage you to watch the following to see how you can view past meetings and current meetings via the internet at www.burnsville.org. I'm Elizabeth Kautz, Mayor of the City of Burnsville. Thank you for joining me. Continue to make a difference.